God says this message is reaching for you. God says this message is reaching you at the exact second it was meant to reach you, because something in the spiritual realm has shifted, and Archangel Michael is trying to speak to you with urgency that today, the miracle is reaching for you, cannot be delayed anymore. There is a soul connected to your destiny. Someone whose time on earth is running out faster than anyone around them realizes. Their life is reaching for you. Their life is approaching a turning point, a final chapter, a moment that heaven has been watching closely. They have carried a truth inside their heart for longer than you can imagine, and they are trying to tell you something before they leave this world, something that will change the entire direction of your life. God says, this is why your heart feels restless, why your spirit feels stirred, why something inside you has been calling out without any explanation. The spiritual world is moving around you, and this message is for you alone. God says you have been unaware of the depth of this person's pain, their regrets, their unspoken gratitude, and the emotions they never had the courage to say out loud. Their life is reaching for you. Their life is reaching its end. But their soul is not afraid of death anymore. What they fear is leaving without telling you the truth about what they did, what they hid, and what you deserve to know. Heaven is trying to guide you so you are not caught in confusion later. God says He is protecting you, surrounding you, and preparing you to receive a truth that was never meant to be buried. The truth is coming like a whisper from a fading heart, and Archangel Michael is reaching for you. And Archangel Michael is standing beside them and beside you, trying to guide both sides of the spiritual connection. God says you have felt emotional heaviness these past days, as if someone was thinking of you intensely. Sometimes you feel a sudden ache in your chest, or a strange sadness that you cannot explain, or a wave of compassion that comes out of nowhere. It is because their soul has been calling out to yours. Their time is shorter than they realize, and heaven is trying to connect the two of you before it is too late. This person is not a stranger to you. Your souls crossed paths for a reason. They may have hurt you, loved you, protected you, betrayed you, admired you, or misunderstood you, but they have always carried an unspoken connection with your spirit. Their departure from this world would feel incomplete if they don't release what has been weighing on their soul. God says there is no need for fear. You are covered. You are shielded. Nothing will go wrong for you, but your heart needs clarity, and your destiny needs truth. This person carries a message for you because they know something you do. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Something that concerns your path, your future, your freedom, your inheritance, your blessings, your emotional healing, your relationships, or your identity. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They have held this secret for too long, and heaven cannot allow it to remain hidden anymore. Archangel Michael says he has been trying to reach you through intuitive thoughts, dreams. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Sudden memories that resurface, unexplained signs, and repeated feelings that someone is trying to communicate with you. Sometimes you brush these signs aside because life gets busy, or you assume they are just coincidences. But nothing has been a coincidence. Every sign was intentional. Every intuition was guided. Every miracle is reaching for you. Every moment of sudden heaviness or sudden clarity was heaven whispering, "Pay attention." Someone's soul is calling out to you. God says this person is not evil. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They are not your enemy. They are someone whose life has been full of battles, mistakes, regrets, and silent storms. Their final season is approaching, and their soul is desperate to be free from the burden they have carried inside. Today the miracle is reaching for you. They want to tell you something because they know you are spiritually awake enough to receive it. Not everyone can handle the truth. Not everyone has the heart to forgive. Not everyone has the heart to forgive. Not everyone has the spiritual maturity to understand, but you do. God has been preparing you for this moment for years without you even realizing it. God says you have been chosen to receive this revelation because your spirit is strong and your heart is pure. You have survived enough pain to recognize truth when it comes to recognize truth when it comes. You have endured enough storms to understand how heaven communicates. You have walked through enough darkness to appreciate the light when it reveals itself. You are not weak. You are not fragile. You are not unprotected. God has assigned Archangel Michael to you for this season, because the truth you are about to hear requires divine strength. God says the person who needs to speak to you carries something that could free you from confusion, free you from a funeral, free you from emotional chains, and free you from guilt that was never yours to carry. They have watched you from a distance, prayed for you silently, cried because of you, or regretted how things turned out. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Their soul is heavy because they know they are leaving soon, and they do not want to leave without making peace with you. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. God wants to give them that chance, and God wants to give you closure, clarity, and comfort. Heaven never leaves things unfinished. God says the urgency you feel is not fear. It is divine preparation. The changes coming into your life will elevate you, not destroy you. The truth will set you free, not harm you. The revelation will bring peace, not chaos. You are safe. Nothing will go wrong for you. You will be held through every moment of this transition. You are wrapped in divine protection, and Archangel Michael is guarding you fiercely, ensuring that no darkness touches you while this spiritual process unfolds. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. God says you were never meant to remain in confusion about this connection. The unanswered questions in your heart were never meant to stay unanswered. The emotional wounds were never meant to remain open. The longing for understanding was never meant to be ignored. Heaven is intervening now because it is time. Time for clarity. Time for release. Time for release. Time for spiritual truth. Time for your heart to rest. God says this person's final message to you will open your eyes to things you never imagined. It will reveal motives, secrets, hidden emotions, hidden battles, and hidden sacrifices. You may learn that this person loved you more than they could say, or protected you in ways you didn't see, or hurt you for reasons you didn't see, or hurt you for reasons you didn't understand at the time, or kept distance because they thought it. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Would spare you pain. Their life has been complicated and their heart has been torn for years. Their soul is tired and heaven is preparing to receive them. Today, the miracle is reaching for you, but not before they give you the truth. Archangel Michael says he has been fighting off spiritual interference blocking this truth from reaching you. There were forces trying to confuse you, distract you, or mislead you. There were people around you whose intentions were not pure. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. There were circumstances designed to keep you from seeing the bigger picture, but heaven is clearing the path now. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. The truth is coming, unstoppable and divinely timed. God says when this truth reaches you, you will feel an emotional release like never before. You will cry, but the tears will heal you. You will remember, but the memories will no longer hurt you. You will understand, and the understanding will bring peace. God says He will hold your heart gently through it all. You will not break. You will not suffer. You will not be alone for even a second. God will be by your side, and Archangel Michael will guide the entire process. God says this moment marks the beginning of a spiritual awakening in your life. Ere this truth comes out, blessings that were blocked will begin flowing. Opportunities that were delayed will appear. People meant for your future will enter your life. Peace will surround you like a shield. Healing will cover you like sunlight, and every part of your spirit that has been waiting for clarity will finally be free. God says trust Him now more than ever. Do not fear what is coming. Embrace it. You are protected, chosen, guarded, and deeply loved. Nothing will harm you. Nothing will collapse around you. You are moving into a season of light, truth, and emotional freedom. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. The message is on its way. The truth is unfolding. Heaven is working, and you are safe in the arms of God. God says this message reaches you. In a moment you may not fully understand, but you were guided to open it, because a divine force is moving in your life. God says He has watched every single moment where you felt unheard, unseen, unprotected, and He has now reached the point where He cannot allow you to walk alone another day. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. The message that is coming to you today is not something that belongs to the ordinary world. This is not something that comes through by accident. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. This is the kind of message that arrives when heaven decides that your soul is standing at a critical turning point. You are being told that someone's time on earth is shortening. Someone who still carries a truth for you. A truth they have carried in silence for far too long. And Archangel Michael has been trying to guide you toward that revelation. God says this truth must reach you, because it will change how you see your past, your destiny, your relationships, and the path that lies ahead. God says you are safe. You are safe, you are protected, and nothing will go wrong with you. But you must listen now, with your spirit open and your heart steady. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. The reason this message carries urgency is because heaven does not want you to regret what was left unsaid or unknown. Heaven does not want you to wake up one day wondering why something so important, something meant for your heart, something meant to free you, never reached you in time. God says the person whose life force is dimming did not have the courage for many years to say what they needed to say. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They lived with guilt, with fear, with spiritual discomfort, because they knew you deserved the truth. And even though time is thinning around them, their soul has not fully departed, because they have one more mission on earth. One more mission on earth. One more message that only you can receive. God says, Archangel Michael has been standing beside this person, guiding their soul gently, helping them separate from earthly attachments. But this unfinished truth is holding their spirit in a kind of emotional pause. Michael has been trying to whisper to you through signs, dreams, numbers, emotions, chills, sudden thoughts, and unexpected memories. He has been trying to prepare you, because the truth this person carries has the power to heal you in ways you didn't even know you needed. God says you must not fear this message. There is no darkness, no harm, no danger upon you. You are wrapped in protection, you are guided, you are upheld. In protection, you are guided, you are upheld. Even as the spiritual world stirs around you, nothing can touch you that is not meant for your elevation. God says your soul is far stronger than you think, and that is why He is allowing you to receive this message. You are not fragile, you are chosen, you are spiritually intelligent, even when you forget your own grace. And what is coming to you now is not an omen of loss, but a doorway of release. This person's earthly time may be shortening, but their final act is an act of love, repentance, clarity, and divine alignment. God says the person who needs to speak to you has watched your journey from a distance or from a silence that they could never. Today the miracle is reaching for you. Or explain. They have held emotions, truths, regrets, and secrets that they believed were too heavy to share. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They may have acted strong, cold, distant, or indifferent on the outside, but their soul has carried a weight they can no longer bear. God says this person was never your enemy, even if their actions confused you. Their love for you or their sense of responsibility toward you was always bigger than their fears. But human life is reaching for you. But human life is complicated. People hide truths out of shame, out of guilt, out of fear of losing you, or even out of fear of hurting you. And God says that in their remaining time, their soul wants freedom. And their freedom is tied to telling you the truth they should have told you long ago. This truth may involve a confession, an apology, an explanation, or a revelation of something you never imagined. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. God says it may be about your childhood, your family, your destiny, your past relationships, or something that was taken from you or done behind your back. It may be something they witnessed, something they caused, something they knew, but could not speak. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. But whatever it is, their soul cannot cross the spiritual threshold peacefully until they release this truth into your hands. God says you have been spiritually prepared for this moment, even without knowing. Every hardship you have experienced, every emotional wave, every sleepless night, every emotional wave, every sleepless night, every emotional wave, every emotional wave, every emotional wave. Archangel Michael has been positioned around you with a shield of golden light, keeping you steady as your spirit opens to receive higher revelations. Michael has tried to reach you through moments when you felt goosebumps for no reason, through sudden bursts of intuition, through repeated signs that felt almost too personal, through sudden memories of this person that came out of nowhere. He has been trying to get your attention. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. And because heaven moves in whispers before it moves in messages, and now the whisper has become a message because the timing is sacred. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. God says this moment could not be delayed any longer because the person in question is reaching the final pages of their earthly journey. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. And heaven wants you to receive the truth while you are still able to act on it. Absorb it, or speak to them if needed. You may not know yet who this person is, or you may have an idea. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Their identity might be someone close, someone distant, someone you lost contact with, or someone who has been emotionally tied to you even when invisible. God says you must not assume the worst. This is not about tragedy. This is about closure, release, and divine timing. Their message to you will create peace in your soul. It will remove confusion you have carried for years. It will answer questions you didn't even realize had been sitting in the back of your heart. God says, this revelation will not break you. It will complete you. It will give you clarity where there was fog, understanding where there was pain, and healing where there was pain, and healing where there were wounds. And even though the message arrives with urgency, it is a gift, a divine gift, intended to free both your soul and theirs. God says you have always had a strong connection with the spiritual world, sometimes without even realizing it. You are someone who feels deeply, someone who senses beyond the physical. You may not call it intuition, but heaven calls it spiritual intelligence. You may not call it sensitivity, but heaven calls it sensitivity. But heaven calls it insight. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. You may not call it divine connection, but heaven calls it your birthright. God says your spirit has been opened since the day you were born, but life's hardships, betrayals, disappointments, and heartbreaks closed some parts of you. But even in those closed spaces, heaven could still reach you. And that is why this message could be delivered to you now. God says you are ready, you are protected, and you are strong enough for the truth that is coming. This person who carries the message for you is not someone you should fear. Their soul is fragile now. They are softer than they ever were. They are spiritually humbled. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They have been reflecting deeply on their life, their relationships, the things they wish they could undo, the love they wish they could express, and the words they never said. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. God says this person's soul is longing for peace, and peace will only arrive when they tell you something that remained unspoken. Their spirit knows time is short, and their heart is calling your name in silence, hoping heaven will deliver this message to you in time. And heaven has responded. God says there is something sacred happening around you at this moment. You may feel a shift inside your chest, a sensation like a soft pressure or warmth. You may feel a pull in your spirit, a strange emotional wave, or a quiet sense that something big is approaching. These sensations are not your imagination. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They are spiritual signals. They are the energy of a profound truth moving toward you. Heaven is aligning conversations, memories, unexpected encounters, dreams, and signs so that this truth reaches you with perfect timing. God says you will not have to chase it. You will not have to search. You will not have to force anything. The truth will find you naturally, effortlessly, divinely. God says that when this message reaches you, through the person who must speak it, or through a dream, or through a sign, or through someone close to them, you will feel something inside you shift. You will feel a release. You will feel understanding. You will feel understanding. You will feel closure. And after that, your path will open in ways you cannot imagine. You will feel lighter, clearer, more aligned. God says this truth is not coming to burden you. It is to free you. The divine says you have been carrying a weight that was never yours to carry, a confusion that belonged to someone else, a wound that did not originate from your soul, a misunderstanding that was created by silence. And heaven is sending this truth so that you can finally move forward without that burden. God says the moment this truth reaches you, a spiritual knot will untie, a cycle will close, a chapter will end, a season of emotional heaviness will lift, and your heart will finally understand something it struggled with for far too long. Archangel Michael is standing beside you, not in judgment, not in judgment, not in warning, but in protection and unconditional love. He is guiding you through this moment with incredible tenderness. He wants you to know that your future is blessed. He wants you to know that your future is blessed. He wants you to know that nothing can harm you. He wants you to know that the message coming your way is part of your elevation. And He wants you to know that God is walking with you through this revelation. God says this entire process is designed to bring you into alignment with your true destiny. Once you receive this message, doors that were closed will begin to open. Relationships will shift. Opportunities will arrive. Emotional clarity will come. You will feel spiritually lighter, more confident, more connected to your purpose. God says the truth is not coming to break your heart. It is coming to prepare your heart. It is coming to prepare your heart for everything He is about to bring into your life. God says this is your moment of awakening. This is your moment of awakening. This is your moment of spiritual transition. This is your moment of divine clarity. You are guided to this message because you were meant to receive it. Heaven chose this exact moment because your spirit is ready, your heart is steady, and your soul is aligned. God says nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe, you are held, you are protected, and what is coming is sacred. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Necessary and divinely timed. God says this is an urgent moment for your soul, a moment that was written long before you were born. A moment that was written long before you were born. A moment that has been whispered through every prayer you ever prayed. In silence, God says He has been watching your heart for a very long time. Watching how you carry pain without telling anyone. Watching how you forgive even when you're tired. Watching how you love even when you're tired. Watching how you love even when others do not return that love with the same honesty. God says He sees everything you have been through, and He knows the weight you've been carrying quietly, and today, He is sending a message that is not ordinary, not accidental, not something you stumbled upon. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. It was divinely placed in your path. God says, someone is trying to reach you, and Archangel Michael is moving closer to you right now, because there is a truth that you were never prepared to hear. But God says it is time. God says, Archangel Michael has been trying to talk to you. Because someone connected to talk to you, because someone connected to your soul is standing at a doorway between choices, between breakthroughs, between truth and silence, between truth and silence, between release and confession. God says this person's chapter is closing, not in a harmful or tragic way, but in a spiritual sense. Something is ending for them. A cycle, a burden, a long-held secret, and before it ends completely, they feel an overwhelming urge to speak to you. God says there is something they never said, something they kept inside their heart, something they kept inside their heart, something they hid behind their smile, and now their spirit is restless until they share it with you. God says it is not a message of fear, not a message of fear, not a message of harm, but a message of truth. Something you were meant to hear so your next chapter can begin freely. God says the person who needs to talk to you has been spiritually held back for a long time by guilt, confusion, shame, or fear. They carried a truth that their heart could not hold for Eve. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They pretended they were strong. They pretended they were fine, but every night their soul cried for a chance to be honest with you. God says this person has been spiritually weakening because truth cannot stay buried when someone's destiny is tied to another soul. God says this person's spirit is trembling because the moment is now. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Because the truth they must tell you is connected to your elevation, your future, your healing, your next blessing. Archangel is reaching for you. Archangel Michael says he has been shouting your name in the spiritual realm, trying to get your attention, trying to pull you toward the message that has been delayed for far too long. God says you felt it recently. God says you felt it recently. You felt a strange heaviness, an unexplainable emotion, a sudden pulling sensation in your heart, like someone was thinking about you intensely, like someone was calling you without using words. That was not coincidence, that was not imagination, that was not overthinking. God says that was the vibration of another soul reaching out to you with urgency. God says this person is spiritually reaching their limit with silence. They cannot hold what they know anymore. Every time they think of you, their heart shakes. Every time they think of you, their heart shakes. Every time they remember what they never said, they feel regret. Every time they imagine life moving forward without releasing this truth, their soul grows restless. God says they are not physically in danger. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They are emotionally and spiritually exhausted because of everything they wanted to tell you, but didn't. God says He is protecting you, guiding you, and surrounding you with light. So you are safe to hear this message. Nothing will go wrong with you. Nothing will touch you in the wrong way. You are divinely shielded. The urgency is not about fear. It is about timing. God says the window is reaching for you. God says the window is open now. The truth is vibrating now. The spirit of this person is trembling now. Because the truth is pressy. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. NG against their heart, like a rising wave. God says this person tried to reach you before. You may have felt their name in your mind unexpectedly. You may have dreamed about them. You may have felt a sudden sadness or heaviness without reason. You may have felt of them at strange moments. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Those were spiritual signals. God says this person has been spiritually calling out for help, for forgiveness, for connection, for resolution, for clarity. God says this person has lived with a deep secret. It is something about how they truly feel about you, something about what happened between you and them, something about what they know, something about a mistake they made, something about a decision they regret. Today, the miracle is reaching for you, something about a truth they hid to protect themselves or to protect you, something that affected your destiny more than you realized. God says they never stopped caring about you. They never stopped caring about you. They never stopped thinking about you. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They never stopped feeling your presence, and the spiritual pressure has reached a point where their soul cannot hold the silence anymore. God says you were chosen for you. God says you were chosen for this moment, because your heart is strong enough to hear the truth. Your spirit is mature enough to receive it with grace. Your destiny is powerful enough to transform because of it. God says the truth you are about to receive will break a chain you didn't know was around you. It will unlock a door that was closed. It will push you forward in ways you didn't expect. It will clarify something that confused you for far too long. Archangel Michael says he has been fighting for you in the spiritual realm because some emotions surrounding this person were influenced by confusion, pressure, outside noise, and hidden fears. Michael says this person never intended to hurt you. They never intended to distance themselves. They never intended to distance themselves. They never intended to break your trust. They were overwhelmed. They were lost. They were influenced. They were afraid. They were torn between their heart and their circumstances. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Michael says, this person's spirit is breaking open now, and they feel compelled to confess the truth because their soul cannot carry the weight anymore. God says you have noticed signs lately. Strange synchronicities, repeating numbers, emotional memories resurfacing. You thought they were random, but they weren't. God says He allowed these signs to prepare your heart for this moment. Every sign was guiding you toward this message. Every sign was reminding you that you were being watched, protected, and led by divine timing. God says, the message this person needs to share with you has the power to change both your lives in different ways. It might be about loving you more than they admitted. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. It might be about choosing someone else when their heart was with you. It might be about something someone told them that caused confusion. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. It might be about something they discovered. It might be about a fear they never shared. It might be about a secret pain they hid. God says the truth they carry is something they wanted to reveal many times. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. But every time they got close, life pulled them away, or fear shut their voice. God says the urgency is not because of danger. It is because clarity is overdue. Your soul needs it. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Their soul needs it, and destiny requires it. God says He is clearing the path so this truth can reach you. He is removing obstacles. He is aligning circumstances. He is preparing the spiritual atmosphere for a moment of revelation. God says you will not be harmed by this truth. You will be strengthened. You will not be broken by it. You will be awakened. You will not be lost. You will be guided. God says, this is not the kind of truth that destroys. It is the kind that transforms, heals, releases, and elevates. It will open your eyes to so many you were blind to. It will help you step into your next season with confidence and clarity. God says the person who wants to talk to you has cried in silence many times. They carried guilt or regret without telling anyone. They prayed for courage. They hoped for another chance. They wished they could turn back time. They wondered if you would ever forgive them. They wondered if you still cared. They wondered if you still cared. They wondered if destiny would allow them to speak before the chapter closes. God says their chapter is not ending physically. It is ending emotionally and spiritually, because they are finally ready to step into honesty. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. They are finally ready to release what their heart has held. They are finally ready to stop pretending they are strong. They are finally ready to trust the divine process. God says this is the moment their spirit has been preparing for. Archangel Michael says you are protected in this moment. Nothing will bring you harm. Nothing will disrupt your peace. Nothing will disrupt your peace. Nothing will shake your foundation. Michael stands with his wings around you, ensuring that the message that comes to you will not break you. It will build you. It will not confuse you. It will clarify you. It will not weaken you. It will empower you. God says this person has realized the importance of your soul. They have realized the impact you had on their life. They have realized the truth of their feelings. They have realized the weight of their silence. They have realized the weight of their silence. They have realized how deeply connected your destinies are. God says they are coming toward you spiritually. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Even if they have not yet found the courage physically, God says you may feel emotional after hearing this message, because your soul recognizes the truth even before your mind processes it. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. You may feel a sudden peace wash over you. You may feel a sudden clarity. You may feel a sudden release. These are signs that your spirit knows the truth. Etseva said, "Today, the miracle is reaching for you. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. The truth is rising. The connection is awakening. The divine path is opening. God says He is aligning everything for your highest good. God says, do not fear. Do not doubt. You are safe. You are protected. You are held in divine light. The message coming to you will heal more than it hurts. It will reveal more than it hides. It will bless more than it hides. It will bless more than it burdens. God says, trust Him. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust the angels guiding you. God is with you, and nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are protected. You are chosen. And the truth you are about to receive will shift your destiny in ways you will soon understand. God says this to you in this moment when the air around your spirit has begun to shift in a way you can feel but not explain. When something in your chest keeps pulling you forward as if an unseen hand is gently touching your heart. God says that what you are sensing is not your imagination, not fear, not anxiety, not confusion. Today the miracle is reaching for you. It is a divine signal, a whisper that has been reaching toward you again and again, hoping that today you finally pause long enough to recognize that heaven has been trying to get your attention. Archangel Michael is reaching for you. Archangel Michael has been stepping closer to you with an urgency that even angels rarely carry, because there is someone connected to your destiny whose soul is reaching out, not to frighten you, not to burden you, but to deliver something that you were always meant to receive. God says that before you doubt this message, or question whether you are worthy of divine communication, you need to breathe and understand that heaven does not speak to those who are careless with spiritual truth. Heaven speaks to those who are chosen. Heaven speaks to those who are chosen. Heaven speaks to those who carry a quiet strength, even when they believe they are weak. Heaven speaks to those whose heart still holds softness despite everything they have survived. God says you have been listening to everything they have survived. God says you have been listening to everything and everyone except the one voice. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. And now He is speaking directly to you, because the moment has come when you must hear what has been hidden behind the events happening around you. God says that a person tied to your journey is running out of time, not in the way the world fears, not in the way the signals tragedy, but in the sense that their soul is nearing the end of a cycle, a phase, a chapter that they have kept secret for too long. This person has been carrying a truth they were afraid to speak, a confession they tried to bury in silence, a message they thought they would one day share when life felt safer. But life rarely waits for the perfect moment. And now the urgency in their spirit has reached a point where their heart is calling your name, even when their mouth cannot. God says their soul is speaking louder than ever before, because something important was meant to reach you. Today, the miracle is reaching for you, and Archangel Michael has been standing beside them, urging them to release it before they leave the place they are in now. Not leave the world, but leave the version of themselves that has been stuck, suffering or collapsing under guilt, fear or unspoken emotion. God says you must not misunderstand this. This is not a message of physical death. It is a message of spiritual death. It is a message of spiritual ending. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. The final moments of someone's burden, the last breaths of a long-held secret, the fading of a heavy emotional cycle that has drained them for years. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. This person is crossing the threshold between who they have been and who they can no longer afford to remain. The life they are shedding is the life that kept them away from you, the life that forced them to hide their truth, the life that convinced them that you would never understand what they felt. Oh, I feared. God says their spirit has been trembling because they know the moment is near, when the truth they buried will surface whether they speak it or not. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. And he says that the reason you are receiving this message right now is because you are the only person whose heart was created to hold their truth without judgment. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. You are the only one whose compassion can dissolve their shame. You are the only one whose presence can silence the noise inside them. God says you have been feeling strange shifts. You have been feeling strange shifts inside your intuition. Moments where someone comes into your mind even when you aren't thinking about them. Moments where you feel a sudden emotional heaviness that isn't yours. Moments where your chest tightens as if a silent message is pressing against your heart. God says that this is not coincidence. This is spiritual resonance. This is spiritual resonance. Your soul is connected to theirs in a way that you may not fully understand, but heaven understands it perfectly. Archangel Michael has been trying to get your attention because the window for this person to reveal their truth is closing, not in a fearful way, but in a destined way. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. The universe has given them repeated chances, and now the final opportunity is approaching. God says that for months, maybe years, this person has been wrestling with something they kept locked inside. A regret, a confession, a gratitude they never expressed. A truth about how deeply you mattered to them. Something about their past. Something about their past. Something about their past. Something about their feelings. Something about their feelings. Something about their feelings. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. And God says they were afraid that if the truth came out, you would walk away. They never realized that God had already prepared your heart to receive this truth. Today, the miracle is reaching for you. God says that the urgency you feel is a divine tug, because the time to receive this message is now. Their soul is shaking because they know they cannot carry this unspoke. Today, the miracle is reaching for you, and truth into the next version of their life. If they do, they will break. And God says He will not let that happen, not when you are the cure their spirit has been seeking. Archangel Michael has been guarding this person quietly, helping them find the courage they lost, pushing them to confront the shadow they avoided, preparing them to speak before the moment slips away. Michael says he has tried again and again to connect with you because you are a part of this divine process, a necessary piece of the healing that must occur. You are not a bystander. You are not a bystander. You are not an outsider. You are woven into this moment by divine design. God says that everything you have been feeling lately, the restlessness, the dreams, the sudden emotions, the unexpected thoughts, are signals that this message was approaching. He says you are safe. Nothing will harm you. Nothing will fall apart. Nothing will go wrong. You are being guided, protected, and carried by divine light. God says the reason this message feels intense is because the truth it carries is intense. But intensity does not equal danger. Intensity equals destiny.